Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Healthy. Today we're going to tackle acid reflux, also known more commonly as heartburn, and for some, a more advanced version called GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. It is a remarkably common issue. About 10% of Americans experience it daily, meaning tens of millions are suffering. And nearly half of us, around 44%, have symptoms at least once a month. The statistic that truly stands out is that 25 to 35% of the population experiences reflux in some form. And what is the go-to solution for acid-blocking drugs, medications like Nexium, Prilosec, Prevacid? Those ubiquitous purple pills, are the third leading category of drug sales in the United States. But here's the crucial question, and it's the core of what we'll explore today. Is this condition an inherent design flaw in U.S. humans, making us susceptible to this discomfort? Or could it be something we are doing that's causing it? Rather than just suppressing stomach acid, which is vital for digesting food, absorbing minerals, absorbing B12, and digesting protein, perhaps we should be looking at the underlying causes. These acid-blocking drugs are incredibly powerful. They shut down many important digestive functions and, crucially, can cause a cascade of secondary problems. These include bacterial overgrowth in the gut, conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS bloating community, acquired pneumonia, osteoporosis, B12 deficiency, and a whole host of other downstream effects that are not exactly side effects, but rather consistent, undesirable outcomes of long-term use. Therefore, if we're to avoid these medications or wean ourselves off them, we must understand the root causes of reflux and address them directly. Unpacking the root causes of reflux. There are several significant factors that contribute to acid reflux. Let's break them down. 1. Dietary triggers. The obvious culprits. This is often the most significant area to address. Certain foods are well known to exacerbate reflux symptoms, fried and spicy foods. These can irritate the esophagus and relax the lower esophageal sphincter. The muscle that normally keeps stomach contents from backing up. Citrus and tomato-based foods. The acidity of these foods can directly irritate the esophagus, and in some individuals they can trigger reflux. Processed foods. These often contain ingredients that can increase inflammation and disrupt gut health, both of which can contribute to reflux. Alcohol and caffeine. Both are known to relax the LES and increase stomach acid productions. Smoking. This is a significant contributor, as nicotine can weaken the LES. If you are experiencing reflux, a crucial first step is to honestly assess your diet and consider eliminating these common triggers to see if your symptoms improve. 2. Lifestyle factors. Timing and stress beyond what you eat. When and how you eat also matters. Eating before bed. This is a major contributor to reflux. When you lie down soon after eating, gravity isn't working in your favor to keep stomach contents down. Allowing at least 2 to 3 HRs between your last meal and bedtime is vital for proper digestion. Overeating and overweight, having excessive fat in your abdominal area, a big belly, can physically push your stomach upwards, increasing pressure on the LES. This pressure can force stomach contents back up into the esophagus. Chronic stress is a significant inhibitor of digestion. When you are stressed, your body shifts into fight or flight mode, diverting resources away from digestion. Your gut essentially shuts down, and things can back up, leading to reflux. It's counterproductive to be eating a meal while under significant stress. 3. Magnesium deficiency. The relaxation factor. Magnesium is a mineral that plays a critical role in muscle function, including the relaxation of muscles. This is particularly important for the lower esophageal sphincter LES. If your body is deficient in magnesium, and roughly 45% of Americans are the LES may not relax properly. This can cause it to remain contracted, preventing food from passing smoothly into the stomach and increasing the likelihood of contents backing up into the esophagus. We tend to be deficient in magnesium because our modern diets are often low in magnesium. Rich foods like beans, greens, nuts, and seeds. Furthermore, things that cause us to deplete magnesium include stress, high caffeine intake, alcohol consumption, and a high sugar intake. 4. Food sensitivities. The hidden culprits. Many people experience reflux, not because of stomach acid itself, but because of sensitivities to certain foods. The most common culprits are gluten and dairy, but sensitivities to eggs, corn, soy, and others are also possible. If your reflux persists despite dietary changes, it is worth exploring potential food sensitivities through an elimination diet or specific testing. 5. Gut dysbiosis. The microbial imbalance problems within your gut microbiome can also contribute significantly to reflux. This can manifest as small intestinal bacterial overgrowth SIBO or small intestinal fungal overgrowth SIFO. When there is an overgrowth of bacteria or yeast in the small intestine, the food you eat can ferment prematurely, leading to gas and increased pressure, which can push stomach contents upwards. This is often exacerbated by a diet high in sugar and processed foods, constipation, or general gut motility issues. Helicobacter pylori. Pylori, this bacteria is commonly associated with ulcers and can also contribute to reflux symptoms in some individuals. If you have persistent reflux or a history of ulcers, it's important to get tested for H. pylori. The flaws of acid blocking drugs again. The common solution presented is acid blocking medication. But as we've discussed, these drugs have significant drawbacks: reduced nutrient absorption. By reducing stomach acid, they impair the absorption of essential nutrients like B12, iron, calcium, and zinc. This can lead to deficiencies and their own set of health problems. Increased risk of infections. Reduced stomach acid makes it harder to kill ingested bacteria and viruses, potentially increasing the risk of infections like pneumonia and C. difficile. Bacterial overgrowth. These drugs can alter the gut environment, promoting the overgrowth of bacteria, as seen in IBS and SIBO. You essentially trade one gut problem for another. Osteoporosis. Long-term use has been linked to an increased risk of osteoporosis due to impaired calcium absorption. Gastric issues. They can lead to rebound acid production, causing symptoms to return worse than ever when the drug is stopped, and can even contribute to polyps in the stomach. These are not minor side effects. They are significant downstream consequences that can impact your health for years. The functional medicine approach, fixing the root cause instead of suppressing symptoms with drugs. A functional medicine approach focuses on identifying and correcting the underlying causes of reflux. Here's a practical plan. Bone. Overhaul your diet. Eliminate common triggers. Say goodbye to fried foods, spicy foods, citrus, tomato-based foods, processed foods, alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine, at least temporarily, to see if they are contributing factors. The Health Doctor's 10-day detox diet is an excellent starting point for resetting your system and healing your gut. Check for food sensitivities. Consider an elimination diet, removing common sensitivities like gluten and dairy for a few weeks. If symptoms improve, you can then reintroduce foods one by one to pinpoint your specific triggers. Timing is key. Avoid eating within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime to allow your food to digest properly. 2. Manage stress and improve digestion. Take 5 practice before each meal. Take 5 slow, deep breaths in and out. This simple practice calms your nervous system, activates the vagus nerve, and promotes a relaxed state conducive to proper digestion, allowing the LES to function correctly. 3. Supplement smartly. Instead of acid blockers, consider natural support for your digestive system. DGL deglycyrrhizinated licorice, chewable DGL tablets taken before meals, and at bedtime can be very effective in soothing and protecting the esophageal lining and supporting the less. Glutamine, aloe, and licorice combination. A powder containing glutamine, a key fuel for gut lining cells, aloe vera soothing. And licorice can be a powerful gut healer. Taking a teaspoon of this mixture, 10 to 15 minutes before meals, can be highly beneficial. Probiotics, supporting a healthy gut microbiome, is crucial for overall digestive health and can indirectly help with reflux. Digestive enzymes, these help break down food properly, reducing the burden on your digestive system. Magnesium, to ensure proper less function and muscle relaxation. Zinc carnosine. Carnosine helps support digestive function, and zinc is important for enzyme activation. 4. Digging deeper, testing for specific issues if lifestyle and dietary changes aren't fully resolving your reflux. It is time to investigate more deeply. H. pylori testing, a breath test or stool antigen test, can identify H. pylori infection, which may need to be treated. Gluten sensitivity testing. Labs like Cyrex Labs, Array3 for gluten cross, reactivity, or standard antibody tests from LabCorp or Quest can help identify gluten sensitivity. Food sensitivity panels, comprehensive panels, can reveal sensitivities to various foods beyond gluten and dairy. Stool testing. Analyzing your stool can provide valuable insights into digestive enzyme function, maldigestion, the presence of healthy bacteria, and overgrowth of bad bacteria or yeast. 5. Addressing gut dysbiosis. If testing reveals SIBO, SIFO, or imbalanced gut flora, targeted treatment is necessary. This might involve specific antimicrobial herbs, probiotics, and dietary adjustments to starve the overgrowing microbes. A caveat for tapering acid: blocking drugs if you are currently taking acid, blocking medications and wish to stop. It is often best to do so gradually. Stopping abruptly can lead to a rebound effect, where your stomach produces even more acid, potentially making you feel you need to restart the medication. The best approach is to address the root causes we've discussed, and then slowly taper off the medication. This might involve taking a lower dose every other day or every third day, gradually weaning off over several weeks. The message of reflux is common, but it doesn't mean we are inherently flawed. It means our bodies are responding to signals that we are doing things that are detrimental to our digestive health. These symptoms are our body's way of telling us something needs attention. In functional medicine, we don't aim to suppress these warning signs. We aim to understand them, investigate the underlying issues, and optimize your body's function for true healing. By focusing on diet, lifestyle, targeted supplementation, and addressing gut imbalances, you can effectively overcome acid reflux and improve your overall digestive health. It's one of the home runs in functional medicine, and seeing patients who have struggled for years find relief is incredibly rewarding. For more in-depth information on healing your gut and addressing reflux, be sure to check out my book chapters and resources on the Health Doctor website. Thank you for joining me today.